Welcome back, Trinity people. We're getting you ready to meditate with us on Wednesday nights. If you don't know it by now, we do this every Wednesday, and you can be a part of it. Just like this video, subscribe to this channel, and we'll send you our constant updates on what you should be focused on. Because it's not enough to just meditate on a name. You got to have a sensation of the energy, or it's not going to make a dent in the consciousness. And that's what we want to do, change the consciousness through these meditations. Tonight we're focused on the energy of worth. Worth is pretty simple. We've talked about value already. You might want to go back and look at that video. But worth is basically just loving or valuing, if you will, who you are over what you have achieved. So loving the inside instead of quibbling with the outside. And it starts with you. If you can't feel yourself to be worthy, you're not going to see anybody else as worthy either. So worth is really about holding and valuing, cradling, petting, loving who you are. So we're going to do a very holding sort of exercise tonight. This one I've seen in many different styles, but I started off as a Japanese martial arts aficionado. So to me, this one is always musadori, which means no-look capture. So I'm going to get my training partner out here, and we're going to look at this technique, and it involves somebody grabbing you. Probably right there. You want to grab some shoulder, grab some elbow, but for the purposes of demonstration, let's imagine that you've got hold of my shirt. Got a good grip on my shirt there. And all I'm going to do is step back like this, and my arm comes up like that, just like that. This one will come up too, and in Japanese styles that's because you've got an eye flick that's going to happen. But I've seen it in Chinese styles, and there it's just a block because this may be coming. If somebody grabs you, you can bet that this is on the way. So this hand comes up, and this hand comes up as you step back. Looks like this. Ta-da! Now that I've done this, I didn't have to figure out what I was doing here. I was really focused on this. But this just kind of automatically ends up cradling his elbow. And what I can do, if this goes ahead and strikes, I can block that. And then I can pin and spiral this into an arm bar. It's a nice little control technique. Let's do it again rather quickly. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. So again, I'm going to step back, then I'm going to pin, and I'm going to spiral, just like that. That's the technique. It's very good self-defense technique if somebody grabs you. But all I really want for you to get tonight is this motion, where you step back and this hand comes up and this hand comes up. It's a very holding, cradling sort of feeling. And it's because you're trying to learn to value who you are instead of what you can accomplish in this moment. This is not an accomplishment. This just happens automatically. You just like, here's me holding my space, and oh look, by the way, I ended up in the perfect place to do an arm bar. So we're not thinking so much about how clever you are at doing something to the outside world. We're just thinking about when you cradle and hold who you are, it puts you in the perfect position. To enhance this, we're going to do a little vocalization, and this is the traditional thing, the sound of being that you get from meditation videos where people go Om. Well, it's not really Om. It's not an O sound. It's more like when Christians finish a prayer, they go Amen, except we're going to leave the N off. It's just The reason for this is that that is the sound that you make without any inflection. If I cut your tongue out, you could still make those three sounds. And And they happen simultaneously by starting with and then closing it a little bit. It becomes an And if you close it all the way, it becomes an M sound. Do that all together as just a nice gentle out breath. we're going to add this motion. Um, That sound of being and that cradling gesture holds you in who you are as opposed to whether or not you're getting great results. Learning to really value who you are is the root and soul of all worth. If you can do it with you can do it with other people. If you find this stuff helpful, stay tuned for more Trinity.